My name is Olivia and I am 28 years old. If you had asked me years ago whether I believed in love, the kind of love sneaks up on you when you least expected, I would have laughed. Love, to me, was always something people romanticized in books and movies, something unpredictable and fleeting. I thought I had everything figured out, that my life was set on a predictable path. But love has a way of proving us wrong, of rewriting the story we thought we were meant to live. But love has a way of proving us wrong, of rewriting the story we thought we were meant to live. And that's exactly what happened to me. It all started on an ordinary day in an ordinary place with a man I had never imagined would change my life. I was a woman of routine. Every morning I grabbed a coffee from the little cafe near my apartment, headed to work at the publishing house, and buried myself in manuscripts and deadlines. My world revolved around words, but I had never taken the time to write my own story, to truly live outside of the pages I edited. And then came Ethan. I met him in the most unremarkable way, standing in line at the cafe, waiting for my usual order. He was ahead of me, struggling to decide between a caramel macchiato and a simple black coffee. The barista was growing impatient, and so was I. "Just get the macchiato," I blurted out, half exasperated. He turned around, a slow smirk forming on his lips. "Bossy, aren't you?" I rolled my eyes. "I just don't understand why people take 5 minutes to order coffee." He chuckled, and for the first time I really looked at him. "Not a fan of indecisiveness, huh? Not when it holds up the line." He grinned, finally placing his order. And then, to my surprise, he turned back to me and said, "I'll see you around, bossy girl." I didn't think much of it, just another stranger I would never see again. But fate had other plans. Ethan started showing up at the cafe every morning at the exact same time as me. At first I thought it was just a coincidence, but then he made it clear it wasn't. "Thought I'd give decisive coffee ordering another shot," he teased one morning, standing beside me in line. I couldn't help but laugh. "And here, I thought you were just obsessed with caramel macchiatos." He shrugged. "Maybe I just like good company." From then on, our mornings became something I looked forward to. We would chat while waiting for our orders, sharing little snippets of our lives. I learned that he was a photographer that he loved, traveling that he had, a dog named Milo who chewed through everything he owned. He learned that I loved classic literature, that I secretly wrote poetry, that I had been afraid of falling in love ever since my parents' messy divorce. We were different in so many ways. He was spontaneous, always chasing adventure, while I found comfort in structure and predictability. He believed in fate, while I believed in logic. But somehow, in those stolen moments, we fit. And then, one rainy evening, everything changed. It was a particularly exhausting day at work, and I found myself at the cafe later than usual, nursing a cup of tea and staring blankly at my laptop screen. I didn't expect to see Ethan, but then he walked in, shaking the rain from his jacket and flashing me that familiar grin. "You look like you need a distraction," he said, sliding into the seat across from me. I sighed. "I need a miracle." He tilted his head. "How about an adventure instead?" I frowned. "Ethan, it's pouring outside." "So?" He stood up, holding out his hand. "Come with me." Every logical part of me screamed to say no, but for some reason I reached for his hand. We ran through the rain, laughing like children, with no destination in mind. By the time we stopped, we were drenched, breathless, and standing on a bridge, overlooking the city lights. It was beautiful, magical in a way I had never let myself believe in. Ethan turned to me, his expression suddenly serious. "Olivia, have you ever just let go? Stopped planning, stopped thinking, and just felt?" I swallowed hard. "I don't know how." He reached up, tucking a wet strand of hair behind my ear. "Then let me show you." And then he kissed me. It wasn't a grand, dramatic kiss, like in the movies. It was soft, hesitant, filled with all words we hadn't yet spoken. And in that moment I realized Ethan wasn't just a man I met in a coffee shop. He wasn't just a fleeting crush. He was the love I never saw coming. Falling in love with Ethan wasn't easy. I was terrified of getting hurt, of letting myself feel something so real. But he never rushed me. He showed me every single day that love didn't have to be something painful or uncertain. It could be steady, warm, and safe. He took me on spontaneous road trips, taught me how to see the beauty in the unexpected. He read my poetry and told me it was beautiful. He kissed me every morning like it was the first time, and every night like it was the last. One evening, as we lay on the grass under the stars, he whispered, "I love you, Olivia." Tears welled in my eyes. Because for the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of love. "I love you too," I whispered back. We got married in the fall under the same bridge where we had our first kiss. It was small, intimate, and perfect. And as I stood there, staring into the eyes of the man who had changed everything, I realized sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones we never expect. Because love isn't always planned. Sometimes it finds us in the most ordinary moments with the most extraordinary people. And sometimes, just sometimes, it's the love we never saw coming that changes us the most.